going on, internet? It's Saturday, and that means we got things to do. Specifically, the final parts of Claptrap. As you can see, we've got Claptrap in here. It's backwards because I was working on removing the emblem. I'm working on something special here, but having some issues right now with the 3D printer, so we'll wait on that for now. But we need to go get some parts for it so we can end up passing emissions. I mentioned this in the last video that the OBD plug, they have a plastic clip that holds it in, and that plastic clip is broken, which causes the plug to come out and move around and stuff. And because of that, they won't even test it for emissions, which it's good. It doesn't throw codes and it drives, and you know, everything's fine, but they just can't test it. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna go to a junkyard and we're gonna snip the OBD2 connector. But if we're gonna go to a junkyard and try to find an ES1, ES2, or EM2, we may as well try and find a hood as well. And then there's also a yard. One of the yards in Phoenix has another car I want to go grab some parts from because Marcus could use them. So trying to keep an eye out for him as well. But one of the things we're also gonna get, we're gonna put a hood on Claptrap. I don't know about the front bumper. We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and grab some tools, throw them in a bag, and hop in the truck and make the trek. After a little bit of gassing up and get some drink here, we're on the road. Yeah. Let's talk about all those goodies. So, got a hood. I couldn't wait to bolt it up. I just kind of set it on there and it looked like it belonged, so I just, you know, put it on. I also got the new bumper, which, as you can see, it doesn't quite fit right, but it's Claptrap, so we don't care. Got it all bolted up there and bolted up here. This can come off. We don't need no bumper guards. But yeah, look at all this adhesive stuff on it. Maybe do a little drift stitch here just to you know, keep it together. Stop points, that kind of thing. And clean off all the grease on it. That way it's just faded paint. And then we also got a set of these door panels. This one's in rough shape, but I'd rather fix this one than a tan one that's in the same condition. So we're gonna try and fix it, see what we can do. And then we also got a good condition, less cracked condition passenger side. And we got all the door, like, whatever you want to call it, like the door handle and control bezels. We got the door piece. This we have for the passenger side. I have the driver one, but it broke, and the one that I got as a replacement was also broke. But it's whatever. So we got all that. And we got a new one of these. This is probably gonna be the first thing that goes on. And now we got one, and it's black and it matches. So woo! Kind of a surprise find of the day. There you go. We got the important bits here too. Pile of relays and an OBD2 plug. Hell yeah. Let's get to work. Okay, so in order to make this door panel work, we're gonna have to do something, a technique called drift stitching. If you're never heard of that term, or don't know what it is, or heard it, wonder what it is, it's the art of stitching two body panels together, normally like a bumper, like a crack in a bumper or something, to hold it together temporarily or like pseudo-permanently. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of drill holes on each side of the panel and then feed zip ties through it, pull it tight, and then that's that. And that'll keep the two panels together temporarily or pseudo-permanently. In this case, more or less permanently. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done, and that way all of this will kind of be one piece and it'll stop. So we need to do it in here, and maybe like one right here, just to kind of hold it all tight together so I can actually leave it on the car or mount it on the car. No. We gotta clean. Gotta clean this one up a bit, but the door panel and our dirt stitching's holding it. They're pretty good with the, you see, dirt stitch all the way down. Yeah, so it's holding, working pretty good. We gotta get this guy in. We gotta pin this over. So let's see if I can get in there and see how much harness I can free up, and see if we can. We're gonna try and depin this first and see what's going on. All right, as you can see, we got the plug totally depinned here and naked. So just because this is kind of I didn't find a lot of information on it, I'll tell you how I did it, and that way, if you ever have an issue with this yourself, or if anybody out there ever wants to know how to repin a Honda OBD connector, then the information's out there. So you really want like a small flathead, something similar to this, just because this makes it a lot easier. If you don't have something like this, improvise. This one's a Phillips, but you could use like these style toolkits, the flatheads, whatever. Just get a small one. They don't have to be like teeny tiny, but the smaller it is, the less you're gonna mar your connector. So yeah, this is for step one. So for step one, you got these little like winged tabs, and they kind of hook in down into the front. So what you want to do is you want to pry up from the back here, and they kind of have like a little springy connector like on the side right here. You can kind of see like right here, they're like a little connector, but basically they just kind of, you know, like snap in. See if I can. So they kind of look like this, and those hold wires in, so we gotta undo it. So what you do is you just kind of wedge your screwdriver in there and just kind of pry up gently. You don't want to break the tabs right here. These guys, you can see them. You don't want to break those. Those are kind of important to hold your wire in. That's one of the two locking mechanisms for the wire. So you don't want to break those. So then once you have the wires in, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the front of the plug, and it's kind of hard to see here on camera, but basically on the inside of these pins you're going to see a little tab. You might be able to see them in like the shadow of like looking through the pin. You can kind of see it, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to take that small flat screwdriver, or even like a paper clip or something like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of stick it in or follow along the edge of the pin, and you're going to try and like wedge it so that you got the piece here, and then you kind of have like that piece. You're trying to get in there, and as soon as you get it, you're going to kind of wedge it and then pull your wire. Once you pull your wire, it'll just come straight out with the connector. The key here is patience, and don't force it. Be really gentle with it, and if you do, the fruits of your labor will pay off with a nice clean connector. So we're here in the M2, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure dead on that this is the correct pin out. So in order to do this, take your phone, get in there, right? You also want to note where the position of that tab is. Don't want to get your fingers in there. And I might do like one there, and like one there. And notice that I have where that tab would have been if it was in there. So take a couple, document. So you just kind of stick the flathead right here behind this guy. Just kind of dig in and kind of pull up. You don't want to be too gentle. I was a little aggressive in the last one, but you see right there, that piece kind of folds out, and it's happy. The back of the connector. There you go, there's two. Alright, so now the next thing after you get these tabs off is you're gonna want to go back here and kind of flip the edge, and this is a little bit harder because you're trying to do that and pull on a bundle of wires at the exact same time. So just get in there and good luck. Alright, so we got the old one out. You can see the difference here. It's missing a whole side of its steel here, but the hard part's done, which means this is just literally a plug-in and we're done. But we gotta make sure we get all the connections right. Realistically, getting these ones out from the existing harness was just like I said, digging in there and trying to hit those clips and pulling the ends out, and that's what you're left with over here. You're left with a bunch of color-coded wires. Now you just gotta put it all back together. So that's what we're gonna do now. And you also probably should disconnect the battery. I did before I got it all finished, but yeah, so put it back together. Alright, so once you get them all plugged back in the right spot and everything, like I almost didn't do, then pretty much good to go. Just take that, stick it in the back there. That's a little holder spot. Ta-da! Fixed. Just like that. So now you can actually plug into it and do it with one hand. So let's test it. So I ended up goofing, but instead of film it, I just fixed it. Yeah, so this is like my little information display when we're driving, just so I can kind of keep an eye on things. But now that we got a plug in here, I got to put it back in its home over there, and we're good to go. So we're ready to test, but we're gonna print out another temp tag and cruise around a little bit with the new door panels and the hood and whatever. It's pretty sweet. So now I can actually drive it places. This is sick. It's done. It's almost done. Well, it's basically done. And the only thing is that one window. So it's like, it's good enough to drive in the sunlight. Cool. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go to Walmart in the car, get some dry miles on it, so I can, you know, test the readiness of the car. Should be good, but we gotta reset all the monitors by Monday. So thinking we're gonna drive to Walmart. We're gonna get the supplies for wrinkle black. We need some stripper and need to get some degreaser, and maybe I'll stop and give this a wash again. The whole front end's kind of gross now, so the hood and the bumper need a good wash. So well, that's gonna end it. Ta-da! You got a car, and it's got a hood and a front bumper. That's pretty sick. So, all right, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Tell me what you think about the car. Well, till the next one, take it easy. We'll see you later.
I'm a true champion.